Much turning now to a legal battle over a little boy born right here in Oklahoma. It's turned into a tug of war between the foster parents who have had him since he came home from the hospital and a sovereign nation making decisions about his custody.
For many years, we have covered stories about Native American children, but this case has a particularly interesting twist because this baby boy may not be Native American.
Born to a mother accused of neglect, deprived from day one, baby boy E.J. was taken into state custody before he even left the hospital.
I believe he was 4 pounds and on oxygen.
The Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes stepped in to find a foster placement for E.J. and 3 other siblings. Their father is a member of the tribe.
There are siblings to this child who we do have confirmed who the mother and father are in that situation. Those children are eligible to be members of this particular tribe.
The tribe has exclusive jurisdiction over Indian children, which is how Robin Hopkins came to be the foster mom. She was working as an attorney for the Cheyenne Arapaho Nation when Indian child welfare workers asked her to step in and foster the newborn.
Everyone was at a loss. There was nowhere for him to go. And I said, I'm an open DHS home, and I can take him.
Robin and Courtney Hopkins are married, 3 biological children of their own. Courtney is a nurse, Robin an attorney.
He was a premature baby, on oxygen, needing severe needs. My wife and I, we have premature babies, and so I would say, specialize in that.
The Hopkins are in good standing with DHS. They have successfully fostered 8 other children, each time returning endangered children to a restored parent or adoptive home.
You see these kids and it's not their fault. And they literally need a place to land, and that's it.
In order to foster this tribal baby, the Hopkins were approved as an Indian child welfare home through the Absentee Shawnee tribe. The family took special care to honor his Native American heritage.
We, of course, would respect that and teach him his culture and all the things that they want you to do.
Happy birthday to
Months before his first birthday, the Cheyenne Arapaho tribe learned the baby's acknowledged father wasn't the father at all. A paternity test confirmed baby E.J. has a different father than his siblings. This baby has no Cheyenne Arapaho blood, not one drop.
At that point, this child is no longer eligible to be a member of this tribe. There was one other tribe out there that I understand we got confirmation that the child's not eligible for enrollment in that tribe.
The mother is a descendant of a tribe in Washington state, but doesn't qualify for tribal membership. Her children don't qualify either. When the Hopkins realized their foster baby wasn't tribal, they asked a district court to grant guardianship. The tribe opposed and then held a secret hearing in tribal court where a tribal judge granted an order to take the baby back.
I just don't understand why they want to hold on to him so much. I don't understand why they would root him up from the only family that he knows. Why can't someone just say gosh, we messed up? That's what I do when I mess up. I just don't understand.
Unannounced, escorted by sheriff's deputies, Indian Child Welfare removed E.J. from the only home he has ever known.
The tribe does not know right now that he had 2 doctor's appointments this week. They don't know that he's having medical issues with his spine and how those are going to be rehabilitated. They don't know that Sooner Start has been in our home once a month, sometimes twice a month since we brought him home here. They have no records. They have nothing. They never acquired it. They don't know. They don't even know what he's immunized with. They don't know. They don't know about this kid.
The Hopkins asked the state Supreme Court to step in to reverse the tribal court order removing the baby. Late Friday, the High Court denied an emergency stay. We went to the tribe to talk to the Attorney General about why the nation wants custody of a non-tribal baby. The acting Attorney General wouldn't answer our questions on camera or off. Of course, all cases of deprived children are confidential. AG Antonio Church released a written statement, quote, "The tribe has proceeded in a lawfully appropriate manner, and any narrative to the contrary is fundamentally flawed."
There's this understanding with ICWA right now that, the tribes have sovereign immunity and you can't overstep into their court. But in this case, it's very clear that there is an astounding amount of evidence, legal argument, and analysis to say that they've got no bearing on this child.
I've slept in here for months.
Yeah.
Baby EJ's crib has been empty since last week. Robin and Courtney Hopkins took his things to the tribal shelter. They have no idea if they'll ever see him again.
I talked to the biological mother. She tells us what she said in tribal court, that she wants her baby boy to be left in the care of the Hopkins family.
Right, and she also says right now she has no idea where the tribe is keeping her baby.